Howdy. I was mentioning this to a friend earlier, but I think I'll mention it now. Well, I mean, I suppose it's more of a thought for one more morning. This Elysium. I suppose now it's time for like, yeah, your shakes and howdies. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. Just tuck it out and tuck it out in general. That's all there is to it. Let's see. The cat was knocking stuff down earlier. Not out of maliciousness. Probably saw like a bird, jumped at it at the window, and then fell out of it. He's fine, and everything around him is fine. Made a heck of a ruckus, though. I feel like that's idle small talk. Now I want to get to the meat of what I was going to say earlier, or was just about to say, at least. I've been thinking about Disco Elysium a lot. Well, maybe kind of the game itself, but more so how it structures itself. The way it structures itself is very unique. It preys on making you uncomfortable, one way or another. Whether it's social secondhand embarrassment, awkward, just the general awkwardness of finding out who the player or well, not really player character, more like this character you control. You're finding about Harry's life, his missteps, especially on the horrific bender I went on before. But what I'm talking about is when the game makes you deeply uncomfortable. I compared it to having a pit in your stomach, feeling like something's looming over you. Not a threat per se, or well, not a physical threat, more like a threat of just something happening, something you don't know, something you don't understand, but something you know will have a major effect. When it comes to moments like that, Disco Elysium is superb. Make you feel uncomfortable, unnerved, feeling just sending shivers down your spine, which is all the more apt considering you have you have skills dedicated to that kind of deal. Which I mean, I suppose it kind of ties into it. You get notified of that you are in fact in the calm before the storm. But even outside of that, I feel it. Alright, so now I'm just booting up the game. I'm sure not looking at preview. I don't know, it's kind of too clunky for me. Let's see. Oh, let's just go ahead and transition while I at it. Here we are. Okay, so, oh yeah, and I suppose it's time for like a quick update. Okay, honestly, I'm just sort of messing around with OBS. I'll mess around with that later. Either way. I suppose we can go give that to Idiot Doomspire later for a story. But, we got it. So I reloaded the save and it reloaded back to when we first met Gary. In which case, I just immediately put those 2 points I had into it. Okay, yeah, this is a straight upgrade, I forgot. But, yeah, we immediately passed the check, and then just went about and caught back up to here. And in doing so, I also ran into, like, a Shivers moment during that night, too. Alright, so... I have a sad song. Nah. What do I do? Oh, I'll play that later. Okay, check the agenda. Meh. We got that. Oh yeah, let everyone know about that. Yeah. Yeah, I want to check though. I think those spots are on the island, so I'll check that. We can call it Jamrock now. Ask about that. Oh yeah, Kuno. Oh boy. Alright. Keep that up. Alright. Well, might as well deal with them now. What's one with Clasier? Okay, so I need another point in disc. Oh wait, in drama. I can get that now. Do I really want another point? May seem like a waste, but I want that. And maybe we can figure out whatever it is with Clasier. Alright, Kuno. I know you messed with the thing.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Oof. So you wouldn't know anything about some Mr. Locust, will you?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
I mean, I feel like that's an obvious conclusion to take.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Hey, come on. Kuno, don't let her tell you your interests are lame.
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
No one's lame
Deny
here.
everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Lame. That rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City? AKA, The City of Rage. Yeah, that's pretty lame. Sounds like art.
Shut up, physical instrument. So, this is about Rage City.
God, Kuno, no! It's gonna happen now. They're gonna make you lame.
There's nothing lame about about you following your interest.
Stop it, see. No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control.
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack, the one with the pig's head.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Does that imply that he has a shack, another shack, that doesn't have a pig head? And I wish I had 2 shacks. I assume this is it. Crawling with locusts.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows.
He made a little home for
Like
them.
skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants.
That's cute.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Come on, Kim, come on.
Oh, I'm not being sarcastic at all. We are making real progress here.
I like to think that we are. You help somebody, you help everybody.
When someone says they're not being sarcastic, it's usually a good sign that they're being very sarcastic.
Thank you, Eric. I never would have found that one out. Frankly, I'm surprised that's a medium check. You think the Phasmid's nearby, Kim?
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The Phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The Phasmid doesn't exist.
Or, and hear me out, maybe Kuno is the Phasmid. I thought it was funny.
But what do I know?
I know you were acting in bad faith. Or maybe that's what he wants you to think. Makes you think he ain't the Phasmid, and then boom, he gets ya. Ooh, wow, that is quite the delay. Anyway, that's
I'll
all.
let
Stop.
you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
That's cause I'm a free spirit, Kim. I'm in touch with my inner child. Or maybe I was like a teacher or something. They sort of have to. Well, I mean, proof has been proven otherwise that they don't have to be good with kids, but like it should be like a standard that they are. I mean,
Fuck does Kuno care?
I know you took the locust.
Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
Sullen defiance.
So it wasn't the Phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
Oh, oh wait, we're just yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, Kuno's all you got, bitch.
You don't like bugs, and you make them a town.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Okay, I see you've gotten biblical on me.
Stop!
Hey, Kuno ass. Kuno is just embracing his interest, and you should support him.
Locusts coming down like a shadow. This must be the night city he mentioned when you asked him where he's been.
Is this the aforementioned Night City?
Yeah, Locust City. City of rage. City of lights.
Can you define locust as angry?
there's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard, almost hard to forget that he's. Well, it's not really that hard to forget he's a child, considering that.
The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
Sounds like a cool place.
No, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
It's good to hear.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno Kuno.
It's cool to make art.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Nothing wrong with following your passions.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
He tears at the buttons of his shirt, trying to rip him open. He fails.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
You know, I mean, that's one way to go about it.
Make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
Lead and silence fills the
In
yard.
it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
No one's coming to take you.
Without a word, she disappears entirely behind the fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. Use this momentary confusion to take control of the situation.
Tell me about your city locust.
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
Alright.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
Please don't take
I
him.
don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
Oh man. There's nothing wrong
The
with going with what
girl's
you like.
face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
What's gonna happen?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Oh,
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
the Insulidian Phasmid.
He recognizes the name.
Ah, so you know this name.
They just think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
Hey, I didn't say you didn't.
As you leave, you notice his usual rooster-like swaying posture has changed. Slowed down, like clockwork unwinding.
Nah, I feel bad. Alright. Okay, so let's ready you in to the public library. Go in, tell Morel.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
This is Precinct 57.
Public
Hold on.
library. Jesus.
I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
I'm looking for any info you can provide on Billy Mijon, a reader.
Billy Mijon, you said. Give me a moment. I'll have to check our database.
Oh boy. You know, fun fact, back in college, I took a course for that as part of my minor. Technically, maybe not technically like a certificate, but like I have a minor in that kind of information handling. Now I'm thinking about how that database would be sorted. Also, I'm glad I remembered it's Majon.
On Moreau Drive in San central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps, far away from the noise outside. A middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him,
Ow.
a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Why paperback specifically?
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
Yeah, that works.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
Alright.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Smoke on the balcony? You got any other info?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
You know who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day. Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Can... Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Tell me what he looks like.
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
Clothing?
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that. Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
Oh.
Happy we could help.
Okay.
Goodbye, officer.
Ah, okay. I completely misinterpreted that. I thought that meant he was cheating on his wife with the Sunday friend.
Anything else you need from me?
Let's see. No, Montanay's apartment 20.
57th, over and...
In the cabin, he's...
Okay. Okay, so first things first though, tell him about the traps, go up, get our shit sorted. Oh, I never talked to you again.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
You're here.
I am. So are you. What brings you here?
What is it about the way he carries himself?
It's the sports. He's a sports guy, all about that physical prowess and athletic skill. Nothing else here.
Bye-bye,
Thank you,
gendarme.
Thank you, composure. Did I miss out due to? Let's see. No. That could have been composure. Oh well. I'm sure I'll put a level in this somewhere.
I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
So it was just a child.
Yeah, sorry to say.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
Without interference.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry.
Well, there's a doubt.
Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid or the missing locust. It's something else.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
I'll restart.
He wants to see this tale through as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
I guess I accidentally double-clicked and continue. We're getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast.
Really? It's too much, officer.
It's fine.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but,
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
Thank you.
This would show them all. We need to get you on that list of discoverers. No question about that.
Oh, Gary. Hey, do you know you're talking
hell
about?
no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
What are his quirks? Racism, bigotry?
I don't know what got into him, officer. Thank you for letting him off easy. He won't forget it. We'll make sure he won't.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can't do this. And also, just so I'm mentioning this, I'm putting off asking about Ruby in the fishing village because I just think about it and I get a bad feeling. Something wrong. Like something will go wrong. So I want to have all my, all my T's crossed, my I's dotted. Alright. Drama. I want as much drama as possible. Oh! I'm a looker. Alright, yeah, I also talked these jackets off those two guys earlier. God, I look good, don't I?
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
Okay, finally. Drama.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps.
That's just what I thought.
She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately, before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
Your name isn't classy, eh?
You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, it's not.
You can
I
tell me the
log your
truth.
work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied.
Alright.
Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
She's not lying now. She really is very tired. Her metabolism is failing her. The afterglow of whatever narcotics she's been taking is wearing off.
The passport BS2?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
I didn't expect you to tell me your name.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer.
Oh.
I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
I don't need the other information.
She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
So, I mean, if it stands that you're so worried about it, why risk your voice being heard?
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8102 for emergencies.
Okay, like, I guess I was just wrong.
There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
Okay, I gotta take out my cat. Alright, that's handled. Alright, so it just looks like I'm completely wrong.
That is the emergencies desk number. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
Now I think you're overcorrecting.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
Huh?
She stands before you, holding her back very straight.
Huh?
She
That's it.
slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
This is the end of this. There's nothing to be gained from hounding her. As far as I'm concerned, this is over. First restock the trap you left empty before. What? First restock the trap you left empty before. I restocked the trap that was empty? Either way. Put that off to later. Ask about Phasmid. Oh yeah, might as well talk. Let's go get our art done. Because then we probably never have to go there again. That and I want to visit the apartments again. If I remember correctly, in that door I opened with the chain cutters, there was a bullet in there. I'm not sure. I don't think I took it, but I'm gonna take it because it's the kind of thing that's like hard to I feel like it's gonna be hard to come by. I got a feeling I need everything I can get. Alright. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll go check with that thing again, the container. What do I need for it?
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you...
Alright, rhetoric. What do I have for that? It's minus rhetoric. I really got nothing for that? Yeah, sure. That's all I got.
You're back before the cargo container.
Huh?
Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown.
Yeah, okay. That was weird. Encountered a bug. AK said I encountered a bug. That was weird. I wonder. Thank you, Prybar. Oh, so you container can open it? Equip a Prybar. Alright. This is right there. Alright, I brought it.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes.
I hate you so much.
Now, what can Everett Clare do for you today?
Mailed
the
it.
Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a future and proven to be a true man of the left.
Yep,
I can
sure
finally trust you now. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
I got a feeling he got
Judging from
nothing.
how happy he is, it looks like you did it. He doesn't appear to suspect trickery.
Meh.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings
I guess I
in a
just clicked.
roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life. I'm talking real affordable workers' palaces.
Okay, I mean that's definitely not a game thing. My mouse just does that sometimes.
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate the size of the palaces. They're very large.
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. But mark my words, officers, we are going to reset it. Reset! I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce. Harry, imagine a youth center supermarket church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing.
Man, good thing I sent in fake ones.
Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
You still don't believe
yes,
that?
I do. I got the center, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
I somehow doubt that.
The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that. But will there be giant statues of the Clare brothers towering above it all? Joyce knew he was up to something.
Yeah, sounds like you got this.
I do, Harry. I really do. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as Joyce Messier with that boat of yours. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
A true flash of anger in him, as he thinks of her.
You're killed?
You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I wanted him dead, I would have had to do it myself. And I'm too fat for that.
You gain.
Why a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
And there we have the Hornets again.
I have. It's a great story, Harry. Did you also know how the bee colony kills the giant hornet? They swarm and blanket it entirely until it suffers a massive heat stroke and dies.
And do you know how many bees die doing that?
They cook it alive in its exoskeleton.
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men.
And how many people are gonna die in Martinez?
The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
You're a strike.
Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not gonna give nothing. We're gonna take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're gonna take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go.
Ugh.
He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her asshole. She has no chance.
Why are you telling me this?
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start.
Let's talk about the people. You don't care. People will die on the streets. If those two start striking out, start shooting, people are gonna die and get hurt, and you won't care a bit.
It's already happening.
You know who killed him?
No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Everard Clare. Couldn't have done it without him.
I hate you so goddamn much.
He really doesn't know. The guy, huh?
How'd you know?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know.
He really doesn't.
Whatever, can I get him a gun?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me. But it had to be done.
Somehow I doubt it.
An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character. So watch out.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway, the neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Alright.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
It really doesn't. You set a meeting?
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
Thanks.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union.
There's sadness in this town.
This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you...
No, we're done here. If I ever have to see you again, it'll be way too soon. Alright, so we're 200. Start the Phasma thing. Apartments. Where I want to go to the apartments and get that bullet. Thought something looked weird for a second there. Yeah, that's another container we can pry open. Ugh, getting hot in here.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't.
Let's see. Empathy. Really? Yeah, okay.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Okay, no.
Kuno doesn't.
How low is it? Let's bring this up. Not related to it, but like I like keeping things nice and even. Alright, check the apartment. Back to the apartments we go. Well, we gotta deliver some bad news. Alright, this.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing.
Okay. Up we go. Okay, first things first. Oh. I wonder if I get that.
A plaster cast bust.
Did I take it? I saw it, the Roy. Oh no, okay, I took it. Okay, good to know, good to know. Ooh, first things first. $0.75, that really was worth it.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup alongio. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
This ain't gonna be easy. This ain't gonna be easy.
This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Kim, what should we
You're
do?
right. Let's talk this through.
You hear some light footsteps and what appears to be a daily weather forecast playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
You got advice?
Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Yeah, okay.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Okay, yeah, we got
Hello?
this.
Who is it?
And someone turns down the radio.
This Billy Méjean's
The
home?
police. A moment, please give us a moment.
Tidying up. Nervously.
Come in. The door is open.
Pack of cigarettes. A pack found next to the deceased. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Humanitarian aid, macaronis. Chalk drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. Oh boy. This ain't. This is gonna be
It's you
just
from the book stand.
like yanking on a tooth.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here.
Thank you. I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
I was trying to read answers from my
Keep
face.
it together. You don't want your body language to tell her the news.
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor often gets into all kinds of trouble. So, how can I help you?
How about some small talk before you break the news?
You live here with Victor, your husband,
It's
right?
me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie.
How old are they?
Jolie is 16 and Jenny is turning 18 next month.
Here's everybody.
The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. And Victor is out.
Like yanking out a tooth. Like yanking out a tooth.
She swallows visibly.
No. Vi, do you have any news?
What is he
His
wearing?
old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so...
You know, lining.
Yes. The lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter.
You know the name of the library?
It's in Jamrock. The one at Mayro Street. I don't know the official name.
Central Jamrock Public Library?
I think, yes, if that's the one on Mayro.
You think he made it?
No, I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back home. It shouldn't be long from now. He's never gone for more than a few days.
No, he's supposed to
Just to return a book of mine. Why? Why all those questions, Detective? Did he...
What's the name of the book?
I think it was,
Thibault's The Glinting Curve. It was pretty good.
She folds her hands across her chest. Here it comes. You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
You're right. You're right. Sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Mejon, was found dead in the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Eyes pale like pearls in sea water.
Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here. Alive.
It's an emptiness that never fills up again. Memories that dance about, they can never catch.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, man.
What happened to him?
There's an accident, there's a hole in the boardwalk.
Was he drunk?
Do I just straight up say it to her? What do I do? We don't know yet.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
Couldn't have been
She
long.
blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress. The handkerchief. A small, terrified smile quivers on her face as she takes the handkerchief and wipes away the tears. She looks disoriented.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No, no. I just need to tell my girls.
So terrible on
It
sunlight.
burns like acid.
It burns in a way that never stops.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
It's time to prepare.
That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She can't take much more. Her stomach is churning. Soon she will have to go to the bathroom and scream.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
Anything at all?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
We should step outside and talk. You did well.
Lieutenant says as soon as he left the apartment, The balcony feels cool and quiet. Stunning view. I feel like I couldn't
You
have
did
more.
enough. Can't save the whole world, you know.
Yeah, but that can't stop your mind blaming you if you can.
Can't bring the dead back.
No, we can't. What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
We're billing the
They'll
kids.
manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's go.
Case closed. Yeah, no, it's never easy learning that. When someone burns you in a way you can't ever get back from. It's not the fact that they're gone. It's the memories. Realizing the memories will never come back. That there won't be any more new ones. Well, I mean, we've done all we need to do. Let's get to the boardwalk. You know what? If there's any time
The portal reel is just what you needed. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to that Claudia told you about. Perform it. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Yup, they're all here. All 3 verses.
Thank you, Encyclopedia.
The B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
What's that?
Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
There's nothing to say. But what it is time is, you know, sometimes music can help with processing sadness. God knows that's how I process mine. Alright, Guard, let's see if I can get you happy.
Can I help you?
Guard, I need to sing
you don't.
karaoke.
It's not happening.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
Oh, I apologize for the trouble. Let me say
By
I'm sorry.
causing more trouble, I think we're good.
What happens if you're not gonna use it?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
What's that?
A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
I know it's
okay,
used.
yes, it's for some clients.
I'm a client, I paid my bills, and I have a right.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
He's lying, but whatever. You don't really need his lame tracks.
Got my own.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard. This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses.
It's one song, that's all I need.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Oh yeah, time to do the damage.
Just,
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet.
It's time.
You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now?
Okay, hold on. Time for drama again. I wish I didn't have to wear such ridiculous clothes while doing it, but I'll wear the fancy gloves. Where's the mesh? Okay.
The stage is, you feel it.
So, are you ready for your thing now?
Dress
Let
code
me know when I should
insane
turn
silk
on the
dragon.
karaoke carousel.
Don't look around. Don't think about it. Just do.
The air is thick with anticipation.
I know how music performance gets. You can't let your mind get away from it. You just gotta focus.
The
Let it
tape
come to you.
clicks into the carousel, and then the music starts.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Saint-San, though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here. Looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
Not bad.
I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling. It's like the reverse of what I was talking about earlier. Like the opposite of that just overwhelming fear, that urge, something over you. Taking a weight off your shoulders. Freeing in a way.
Yes, not bad at all.
Like you had to reptilian brain.
No reply. There is silence now in the deep where the voice came from. It has receded into you, to return only in dreams and nightmares.
Only big crowd. Just need those running.
Okay, yes. I'm going to unplug the microphone, so you can get off the stage now.
Hello, officer. I think...
Is no one gonna mention it? Oh.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Okay, whatever. None of you appreciate true art. Alright, so I want to go back to the island. Okay, so I'm done everything here. I'm gonna need some like points of empathy if I want to oh. Ooh. Yeah, no, yeah. Okay. Okay, but first things first, I'm gonna also remember Shivers telling me that this to check under the floorboards in my home over there. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so it said, like, I think it said, like, stock the first trapped you left empty before. What tracks? Oh, right.
The locusts aren't doing...
Okay, so yeah, it just means one back at camp. Oh yeah, there's also the church. Oh, and I got an idea. That dirty jacket on the fence. You can give that to the washboard lady. Okay, so first things first. Boardwalk Island. Boardwalk Island Land's End, which I think that's where the lighthouse is. And crash everything in the river shelf.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth. There's no echo and no answer.
What's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Okay, got an idea.
Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. We
Ruby?
might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol's sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building.
Not there?
I hope not.
Yeah, no, sewage. Oof. Okay. A postcard. I mean, this would be the boardwalk, wouldn't it?
There's some tear.
Maybe it means somewhere else. Or, I mean, I get... Oh, no, boardwalk could also mean that R&D building. But Land's End is definitely over here, I think. Yeah, not what I meant to do, but okay, that works.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
Yeah, that's what I
The
thought.
wind picks up. Fine sea foam lashes your face. It feels like needles. You can take it. Just raise your collar, detective.
I like how I'm off screen.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there, in the whirling in rags.
Climb the shot?
It's not
Climb the
possible
tower?
to climb that ladder, and even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
Yeah.
He looks like he's cold out here at the tip of the coast. The jacket is warm, but not for this weather.
Hey, Kim, need a coat?
I'm okay. You, on the other hand, Freitor, you look like you're about to turn into a popsicle.
Yeah, I should look into
That
it.
seems smart, yes.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the wave-crossed bay, through heavy, dark grey curtains of rain, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible.
Yeah.
A glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender. Smoking, drinking, being happy and elated, without you. Because you're here, freezing in the wind, aren't you? Doing your detective work.
Maybe I want to do that.
There, a glowing, smoking, drinking.
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger?
Yeah.
Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer ride.
Okay, and that's what I was thinking. I don't know. Before we think about that second shot, let's go back. Because I want to check on those floorboards. And then that church. Actually, can I use the map? What determines if I can do that or not? Who gets to say whether I can fast travel? Whatever. Tell you what, actually, no, there's someone over here. Huh? Oh, this is new.
You see that seagull up there? Remind you of anybody?
Who?
You. You and the seagull are just alike.
Okay, endurance? Enlighten me.
Think about the seagull's story. It's one of endurance and adaptation. The seaside was paradise once. They were birds of that paradise.
Really?
Then their paradise became Shit City. And what did they do? They became urban survivors, eating burgers out of trash cans, killing and eating pigeons.
Yeah, right.
No time for that sentimental bullshit. They're hustlers, getting shit done. They're one pair of track pants away from gangsters, just like you.
I'm still got a
Sure.
bit of romance.
Inside. But outside, it's a tough world. You've got to do whatever it takes to survive. And you do. Question is, will you admit that to yourself?
Nah. Alright.
A
Howdy.
shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh. Hello there.
Howdy.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
I got questions.
I'm listening.
You seen a red-haired woman?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
Now what's that?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
Wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's that?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Got anything useful, encyclopedia?
No.
Alright.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Does it have anything to do with contact, Mike? How's it work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Okay.
Okay.
What you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
Recording what?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too.
Oops.
Not sure how that will sound.
What happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
Thanks, Jama. And a recording
The
for?
musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden.
And that's a feeling I can relate to.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible. Like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill. The quivering jaw. Indications of a drug high.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Give the hat? Yeah.
Thanks.
Maybe I'll look at it, but...
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
And who are these boys?
And they are?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Well, why are you freezing
They've
out
got
there?
too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Like-
Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
And stuff like you.
Yep. They were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
That's BS.
Go ahead.
Empathy. Okay. Tell me what the music plays.
It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
What's that?
You know, anodic, cathodic.
Secret
music that's
task?
made with electronic instruments.
Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
So like industrial?
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like. If it ever comes.
So turn church to a club.
It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right?
Yeah, what do you ask?
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk to
They're
them.
inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. You fucking assholes. Can I push this over?
A pane of eternal, barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute.
It looks like a makeshift bridge.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Hehe. Alright, let's look inside the church before we interact with those assholes.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Really? Just a padlock?
Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work. Do you think our suspect is hiding inside?
We're checking out.
Nods. High above, the wind wraps the church in its rush, cold and wet from the ocean bay. It parts around the massive keel-shaped roof, like a test tunnel, washing both sides, the way it is done for 340 years. The wind keeps its distance. So should you. The doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door.
Really?
The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
Why is that?
It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, you get the sense the forces of future are at work here.
Seen it, Kim?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What's
Looks
it look
like
like?
a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
And what's the objective
I
of that?
haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
Fine.
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Take it.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Voila. Looks very modern. You're part of the Future Brigade now, and so is your formerly humdrum ledger. Neon, baby.
Oh yeah, I'm part of the future now.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
Yeah, this is where pry comes
Maybe we
in.
should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment.
There is a touch of guilt in his voice.
The kick drum?
Yes, the pulsing bass. A sure sign of junior delinquency.
Hey, what is that?
Heavy wooden doors. The padlock, should you want to...
Maybe we should circle the building first and...
There is a touch of guilt in his voice.
What else am I supposed to do? I mean, talk to these guys, I guess.
The tent is just top.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
We're missing him the sticker on the padlock.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Oh, because I'm a superstar of the future, man.
Ooh.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
Howdy.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
David Bowie.
And Egghead. Egg! Together with a Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
And
You
you?
see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
And?
Also for talent.
German.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Either way,
Oh,
the problem was
so
good.
better. Good. Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face.
Yeah.
Don't fall for it.
I wasn't.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Alright.
Strike that! The world!
Okay, now you're on to something.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Yeah, what's so bad about
They're
him?
spooky.
I mean, it's not really.
You know, officer, you really should judge that for yourself. But keep in mind, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
Okay, now that's probably
People
more
just
accurate.
wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
This is true.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Sure, whatever.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
You put the padlock
Yes.
on?
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
You lock people in there?
Like a week, maybe? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that, man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
It was not.
Of
I
course.
need the key.
Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Catch.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Thanks,
The
man.
speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's
Yes.
do it.
Okay, so who are the people inside?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
I mean, is there anything you
Yes.
can tell me?
There's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling. Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark. No, the other one. Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
We haven't seen
Not
anybody.
exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church
Hmm.
a couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Hell generator?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark cook.
Good idea. Sure. What?
So who are the
Oh yeah,
who are those?
that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Tell me.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
Oh, good enough for me.
Yes?
Tell me about the equipment.
Yes. What? The what now? Oh,
This.
the old
Nasal stuff.
Ultra. We,
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up.
Not found me.
That's all Nosefed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nosefed is the shit.
Yeah, right.
Yes. What?
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Yes. What? Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church... oh, it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing.
It does. That told you we have a smell problem.
Hmm. Smell ether.
Ether? I don't smell...
No.
A chemical like laundry
He sniffs
detergent.
the air, then shrugs. A shrug is good enough for us. What he nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
As always...
Okay, logic. I'm just sort of already like predisposed against him for like just leaving a girl out there. Okay, logic. God. Oh, this one gives 2 logic. That's about as good as he's gonna get.
So yeah, it's good you talked to Andre.
Oh.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids?
Nah.
What things?
He senses something is wrong.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where's his
What
friend?
do you mean, friend?
You got one
It's
speaker.
a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
And no headphones to hear your mixes.
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
That you pawn them.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
Distilled water,
And of all
clean lab.
cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
Nose are fit for active
He said
ingredient.
it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Ether in the air.
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether.
There's no need for more.
Shit.
He tried to use a police detective set up a drug lab
Come on, that's...
against the law.
I meant to say, not true.
What are we gonna
What
do?
do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
Noise going on, and we can work from there.
What do you mean by lenient?
And not hauling you
Okay,
off.
man, okay.
Come on.
Things are just so
I can do
hard
this
for an
easy.
entrepreneur in this city right now. It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revershoal.
Because we do! We totally do!
Thank you, Redhead. I like
we
you.
just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
To get our foot in the door.
And you need me.
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
Not really spooky, are
No,
they?
man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off too.
I couldn't feel the love at all. Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
This is it. Judgment time.
Harass them and evict them. Listen, dude is clean.
Yeah! I knew it. It's impossible now. No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for Nordic music with the Speed Lab. Now it has a fighting chance.
There never was gonna be.
There needs to be a club for Nordic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time.
Yeah, again, I can get behind this.
We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
All right.
This will be nothing. You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind. A grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Jérôme and all the houses on Main Row. The old cinema is sinking underneath Villa La Bosse.
Oh.
What? Okay, we'll try to do it without the drugs.
Alright.
We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but, I swear to God. Okay, Egg? From here on, it'll be straight all the way. As always, we'll be
Huh? I see you're here again. Offside, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help?
You saw this.
Sticker. You mean the...
Interesting. He
This
wants...
one?
Oh, wow. Right on your cop ledger. You like it?
It's cool.
It is cool, but it's also more than that. Much more.
Noid is a bit disappointed. It's just cool.
What makes it so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by a classical soul artist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss haunting him.
Alright, I get it.
The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
You come with this?
Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium. The beat is the same for all.
It's supposed to be.
The dead guy's smiling.
Yeah, but what's it
He
mean?
defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is
Let's
a
see.
lie, and so are its deaths.
Let's see, Esther, she was done wolfing, looked at me and went oof, went up to the door and ran away to beat you. Aw. Yeah, animals will be like that.
Present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Oh, I mean, I'm ecstatic about this beat.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
Just don't mention it.
Blinks, waiting for the next...
Oh, we're done.
This one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But
Yeah.
what for?
Alright.
A
Egghead.
young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret,
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega!
Alright.
The night!
Yeah.
right way out of this garden of forking
I'll think about that later. Egghead seems like a man all in himself.
The shaggy head girl.
So you talked to my associates, right?
Yeah.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
Knew about the
I
drug
did,
lab?
and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
Come on, Kim.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I even tried not to lie to you.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
You admitted the
I
truth.
know, but I knew you'd see through their plan too. I'm not an idiot. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise. May I ask, what did you tell them?
You can do the dance, just no drug
Thank
labs.
you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise.
Okay. Time for empathy again. Which, this is the only thing I have. Let's see. Do I have anything that gives empathy? I know I don't. Yeah.
Hello again.
Alright. Off to the church for now. Anyway, don't worry, Kim. I'm sure this will go great.
Heavy, wooden, the locked feels like.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area, its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Alright. Once more. Oh, hey, radio computer. Wait, you should walk here, not run. This wooden figure looks half finished. With lightning. Really? Something to do with radio frequencies. Portable tape recorder. Someone's siphoning electricity.
In white, silver, and apricot faience.
Hey! I had a power surge. Just give me a sec. You can see a bit of behind the scenes. Just ow. Alright, there we go. Oh boy, I hope the previous save ain't too far. Okay. Alright. Well, we haven't lost too much progress. God. Yep, okay. And is this before?
Can I help you?
The stage, you feel.
So, are you.
Feels like you belong here. Alright, wait, we're just gonna do this again then, I guess.
The stage is. You feel.
So, are you ready for your thing?
The air, the tape clicks into the carousel, and then the music starts.
No, not too late.
I would often go there.
It says I'm maneuvering it like how I would.
The smallest church in San San. Though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there. Toward the Seven Sisters. Toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there. In that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here. Looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
Still moves me in a way.
Yes, not bad at all.
No reply. There is silence now.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Oh, thank God. I thought I was gonna have to tell that woman about her husband's death again. I don't think I would have been able to handle it a second time. Okay, so I'm gonna walk over there. Gonna do all this over again. Let's see, is there a hat that I wouldn't mind losing? I guess I wouldn't mind losing this hat. Okay, so let's go and like save like many times, because who knows? And first things first, check the first shot spot. Oh yeah, and then check. Might as well check on the floorboards now while I'm here. Sweet, magnesium. That's actually really good. Alright. So, I know Shivers told me, look under here. Where would under the floorboards? Where would it consider? Under the bed?
The bed is comfortable.
Checking around the floorboards outside? Like, I literally can't tell. Okay, so I'll check over here.
Is there something? The wind?
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. To warm. Truthfully, it's not.
He looks like he's cold.
I'm okay. You won't. That seems smart. Yes.
There. A glow. Smoking.
Okay. I mean, while we're here, might as well go back and stall the other trap. Alright, yeah, this.
The traps that the locusts, they're not really
good. Now that's done. Don't answer that.
He doesn't want to.
Oh, I just
But
you're
if
so
there's
focused
one
now.
more cryptozoological runaround, he must force the investigation back on track. This better be it.
But now we're done. Tend to impending apocalypse of a murder. Yes, I can. Time to break in. Now, son, don't do what I'm about to do. Breaking into things is wrong. Ooh, $5. Okay.
Heavy wooden doors, nothing.
I don't think. Do you think our suspect is hiding inside?
The high above, the wind wraps.
There is a hole in.
The lieutenant looks at the padlock. He didn't hear you asking. You were the carving on the surface is smooth. This chip, it'll be easier to break this. You see a yellow. There is something blindingly modern.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. I haven't seen that sticker before. That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my...
There's nothing like the sound of a... Voila! You're part of the future brigade. The padlock, should you want to get...
Maybe we...
There is a touch of guilt in his voice.
Yes, the pulsing bass.
Okay. That. Put it on the head. I don't want to lose. I mean, I don't mind losing.
Shaggy.
Oh.
It's cold. Everyone knows drugs make you.
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hit.
So should you.
You don't have to do anything.
Oh. I didn't notice that. Sorry, man. My mind was elsewhere. Recording, I think I'm recording cracks. My boyfriend sold her. I don't know, man.
A lie.
The musicians anyway. I don't really know.
She looks at the shop.
Take this.
No, man, fuck.
It's okay.
Thanks. That?
And who are the...
Yeah.
And why is that?
They got too much music stuff mostly. Yep. That stuff is more expensive. Go ahead. This actually just one wire. Okay. This actually just one
Nice. You could maybe buy...
Same place I got the recorder from. Oh man. You haven't been to the Elysium?
Okay, this yeah.
It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Oh yeah,
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Oh yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
Oh.
Hey, didn't Piss and Fuck the World mention Van Eyck too?
That's golfing. Man, you sound like 100 years old when you say that.
Oof.
No, you don't. She's mistaken you for an old person. Say you're cool.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
Be quiet.
I don't know what that means either.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm a
Sucks,
deserter.
man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
Oh, sweet. I got 5 now.
The mic? I don't... Okay.
Okay.
No.
Just no.
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Superstition. We can turn... It's except...
The floorboards are twisting. And there will never, not in a million.
You know, anodic...
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light.
I know. Hey, don't get me wrong, but... Okay, well... They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if... Go ahead. Okay.
Okay, so then there's that.
A pane of there, the pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Okay.
The tent is...
Come on.
It's safe to assume...
Sorry.
You go ahead. I'm sure you...
Again.
You see, a youngish...
Hello, I'm Andre.
His grip.
This is my post.
The young man.
An egg! Together with a settled burger, we have many... You see...
Honest for talent.
Yeah, places... I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not... Oh, so you've met... Yeah.
An attempt.
I'm talking about... Doghead! Burnout! Well, strength and saddy...
He leans back and good. This calls for an opinion.
They're spooky. I was hoping also... People just... Thank you. So you're gonna look into it, right? All right.
Andre's obviously very...
Yes, I had to do it in an hurry. Not long. Like a week, mate. I'm super sure they're alive. Okay. I'm sorry too. Of course. All right.
It's as if time...
man.
Straight in the stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from you.
Man, I'm super...
He looks like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them.
No, no, I'm... We do. I'm not failing the stupid key thing again. Okay. There's hand eye, I think. What was the reaction speed? I don't remember. remember, if I'm being perfectly honest. So I just do this. Should be good enough.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hey, my phone fell.
Hello, I'm on
His grip.
This is my post.
The young man.
An egg! Together with a cell. We have meant, you see. Honest off. Yeah, places. I apologise for my friend Noit's potty mouth. Ah, so yeah.
An attempt.
I'm talking dump bird. Well, strikes and sadder yet.
Healing's good.
They're spooky. I was hoping also. People just thank you, egg. So you're gonna look into it, right? All right.
Andre's obviously very
Yes.
I had to do it in an hour.
Not long. Like a week, mate. I'm super Okay, I'm sorry. Of course.
All right.
You sense the ka-ching.
Thanks,
The
man.
speed a respectful nod.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to. Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. Yes.
This machine.
When I first one of them, Andre. Oh, no. Felt like not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is like you want. It wasn't.
Not non-human.
It was this dog. Yeah, you know.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Yeah, totally.
So he has a.
You should ask her about it, but be nice.
You should talk to.
With a small surge of PE.
Good idea. Sure. What? Oh yeah.
If you don't know what the founding party.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Good to have. Oh, it's the one that.
It's like he's lying to you.
It does.
Told you we have a smell.
Ether. No.
He snipped a shrug is good enough.
The what now? Oh.
He's like.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all. Yes.
Nosafed is the
Yes.
He nods enthusiastically.
Okay.
As always.
And then because things could be stupid. All right, I don't have my stupid hat anymore. Oh no, this gave more.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
A number of. How about gather.
What?
He senses
I have no idea.
one speaker. They have.
What do you mean? It's a one speaker. What do you? I'm sorry, but
He said it was for his and of all self.
make up your mind. No shit. That's. I meant to say not. What do you mean?
There's resignation in his voice.
What do you mean by lenient? Okay, man. Things are because we just
To get our foot in the door.
like I told. No, man. But the sign, sir.
This is it. Judgment time.
Yeah. I knew it.
I like you, Egghead.
No, Andre. It's harder. There needs to. We need a.
This will mean you can hear the ice crack underneath you.
What? Okay, we'll do a straight from here on. It'll. As always.
Thank you, Egghead. You really are the coolest. Alright. Okay. So now we just go back talk to her again. Then we'll all caught up.
The shaggy head.
So you talked to my associates, right? Great. I did, and
This is why.
you don't get to.
Indeed. She.
I know. May I ask? Thank you. I'll get them under wrap. Oh, that.
Oh yeah, you saw in the church.
She's less prone to blurt it out. Crab man.
You can tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother. You know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression. Didn't say anything. Just stood still.
Alright.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab. Down the church wall.
That's
I
weird.
think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent.
The fast man.
He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out.
Yeah, it's
End
terrifying.
of story.
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
I do believe you.
Why?
What would you say in the game?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
The device is cold to the
Alright. Put another point in empathy and then I'll come back. Okay. Now that that annoyance is out of the way, we can...
doors. More the lock.
Let's go.
As you do, a great in the heart.
Alright. I need to walk. And just in case. Right, no rock, yeah. Yeah, like I said, if this would be a pale middle place.
Silver and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day.
Thank you, Encyclopedia.
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You? No, she doesn't care about you. She only cares about her shiny sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time to leave. As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Huh.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Yes. I wasn't sure before, but this must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew this place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Whoa.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
Else you know.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
Oh.
There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here.
You know why?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces.
Well,
your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
Please, not me again.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
Actually, that's a good point.
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I mean, with only 3 kills in my thing. I don't remember.
I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
Man, if I was, I should find out what I was doing.
You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten.
Maybe.
It happened a while ago. It's an important to our business in Martinez now.
Am you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
Huh.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I don't think he was
It's
spiritual.
not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
And what is it?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
Oh, really?
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
How about now?
No, we are alone.
That's your rule.
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
What else should I know?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Serene, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed.
Oh,
the
where's this coming
past.
from?
It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. No, you must know.
I must.
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently
bridge?
well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the anti-DeLorean court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
What's that?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
And that's what that is.
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress.
Yeah.
That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Oh,
As
more.
did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even far away Supreme Windy. Altogether, 21 of the 40 mundial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning. In a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied out plaza with the crowd far away. Already her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt. Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well.
I do.
Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
After that,
one of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
That's insane.
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents.
That's...
Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times.
Christ.
The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology. Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But...
what?
Terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
It was, I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her Theriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state.
Excuse me?
And then there were the resettlement programs.
Excuse me?
The
that
Mesk
back?
state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. Suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity.
Ooh,
She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask? That she is. A great sacred piece. I wonder what we are doing here, however. In this church, I mean. The coast in general. We shouldn't linger.
Alright. There's that. Then comes... visual calculus.
The mother of humanism stands above you. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
Book this.
Unknown.
The older woman.
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole.
Reich apple. Empire apple?
Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
What's the motto say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
Mort means dead.
And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau. After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
How's that?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
Stupid.
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
I like that
So
one
do
better.
I.
Yeah.
The mother of humanism.
Yeah, wait, radio computer.
A machine stands in
Another radio computer.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Ooh, empathy. Finally, another source of empathy.
Hey, her innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked old and little men between her fingers, remember?
Yeah.
You have the headless Falcon Rider figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back.
I can't. That's
Don't
a figure.
be so pessimistic. Love doesn't die that easily.
Why is reaction speed this?
This isn't funny. You have a bad feeling about this one.
Yeah,
no,
I'll pass.
It would have been whatever this was. It feels like you made the right choice not to peek into it. The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
I hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, you can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Is it like a muting field?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing in this worrying
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Real.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Gotta do it, and I failed.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin. There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
Filled with vague shapes of wood.
What?
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Howdy.
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The Crab Man. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamrock. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Rivershaw.
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I think we do.
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
No, yeah, this is real weird for me, too.
And what was that about? The bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Okay, yeah, I did have a bit of
ruled away. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I know how much I'm suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
Alright, hombre. Okay, I see you more akin to me, Tuba, than anything else.
Actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Hey,
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
Is he just trying to throw you off your game?
Not
Whatever
no clue.
it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways. 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
You know who the other person
Other
is?
spoker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Okay, I may look the part, but I definitely don't. I don't know that.
Viejita is grandma?
So there is another person.
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
That's what I'm thinking.
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
You mean like a fugitive?
Yeah.
No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
Man, I wish I could be a cool backflip.
I see. And where is she now?
Well, not really backflips. Haven't seen any, but acrobatic.
I told you, Holmes. I don't know.
You both do it,
Don't really
you?
follow her comings and goings. Just see
Alright.
her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
What else?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
You don't see the crab.
never
man.
known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
There's a neighbor that came up with
I
that, not
always
me.
thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
I don't know. You're a bit not lit enough to be a fire.
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
I lost my memory too. Gotta create a whole new me. Start from scratch. Yeah.
That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
Oh, this. Sam Herul.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
I don't think he will.
Diago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellas, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
Rafael Ambrosius Costa. Harry.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
Okay, so what are you even
This
doing
is
here?
a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration.
Like, oh, just like a hole in reality?
I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Her?
No, no, no. There's a new god in town, and she can be painted or sculpted because she has no limb or even a face. She is the end. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
That's ominous.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
Dog or chemistry, I think you're off.
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence.
Are you naked up there?
You could
Please
have
don't tell
them.
me.
I don't need them anymore.
These shoes look pretty dapper, actually.
They do. And they give empathy. I'm good with those. What happens after?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
How did you even find
Hard
this
to
place?
say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was.
Which is?
Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Does it mean he witnessed the police raid?
What is he
I'm
doing
a
here?
seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
But Mother of Silence.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles.
Yeah.
No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound. It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I think love.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out. No worries, man. I know this shit takes time.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Have you seen the police raid?
Something like that.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Hey, some people won't turn into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
You have reason to be scared?
Man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
What do you think?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Alright. Ooh, pain threshold. Well.
A machine stand. The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but you can sense that he doesn't like you meddling with the machine.
I mean, it looks like he's doing commercial.
It's quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a fell
what is that
mainframe
sound?
and a Ream-compatible internet.
I don't like that.
The Ream Prefect is the governmental version of the commonly used Ream Civic model. Although mostly based on the same technology, the Ream Prefect is equipped with better noise attenuation circuits.
Right.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with? Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no... Maybe he knows something.
Received.
That sounds bad.
Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard.
Okay. Alright, compadre. Can you help me with something?
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Okay, that's funny.
Coffee in the back. Something familiar about that. Coffee and stale cookies.
Look, man. I'm at liberty to talk about the sacred blaze of the mother's glorious heart, but not about the coffee.
That's top secret.
Too many times, essay, you need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
For a murder
Don't
investigation.
sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it. I think
thank
we're
you.
done here, essay.
That was an interesting conversation.
I like him.
However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
Probably not. Probably something completely unrelated, but interesting.
The mother of...
Okay. Okay, well now we got
The
password.
machine's keyboard behind the hat. Another filament. The speaker.
Good afternoon. Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still... The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
I mean, they mentioned Ruby messing with these
Our
devices.
case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids.
Well, that's snow. It's cocaine.
Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
And a church.
Then why doth the lieutenant protest against spending time here so often? 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
But why?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading. Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
February 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Alright.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
An absolute void?
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What is it?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music. One neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That's us.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. water, toothpaste, gum. Also, your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Suna, the programmer. Howdy.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yep.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCN, you see.
Suspect.
No one's hiding here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Man, that's weird.
It's the ledger you found in the trash.
Can't read this now.
Cabbage of paper. Yes, at last. You
Finally.
find a way to piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. HDB41, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120117000. The Next World Mural. Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And Harriet Dubois.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. Harriet Dubois. HDB.
I see. Yeah, get no more FAL.
That's comforting to hear. Now, detective, it takes half an hour to piece one of these together.
Half an
if you
hour?
still want to. Here are your options. Not
Can we
much
do that?
has changed in the meanwhile.
Okay. Got a point. Okay. And then this, well, first things first. Alright. Okay. Now this is where we end it. Ooh, boy. That was intense. Well, I mean, interacting with the those teens wasn't exactly intense. But I mean, the entire church thing, the guy in the rafters, breaking into a radio computer, and then the person coming back. Oh boy. So yeah, tomorrow I'll probably like read up on some of those cases, and then probably go back to her. And because I'll probably be rebooted by then. So I got a bad feeling with what those cases are gonna be like. But man, telling that woman her husband was dead, that was heavy. And maybe drudged up some unpleasant memories of my own. I mean, you can't exactly control that. And yeah, it was fun. And I mean, it's good to hear that I've met most of everybody. Hey, so I mean, next time we come, we'll probably see what's up with the radio stuff. Probably help those kids with the club some more. And then, oh yeah, get my gun back. That's an important one. And then I guess after all that, finally continue finding out what Ruby is. And well, tomorrow I'll be on Twitch streaming some more Elden Ring. I think after leveling up a bunch, I think I'm ready to explore more of Salad. Definitely not Dragon Barrow, but I think Sailor will be fun for us to explore some more deeper. At least the boss in Redmane Castle. Either way, I'm looking forward to playing more of both of these games. Either way, it's time for me to hit the dusty trail, and whatever trail y'all find your souls on after this, I hope they find you well. I still gotta think of a fancy way to say goodbye. I'll just say bye now. Bye.